Akanksha, for a better perspective into the entire situation, let's take a look at some of the reactions on this report.
Member for this UQ. It's an important subject, and he's also raised the arrest of the ISKCON leader, and it's a place of worship I too am very familiar with, near his constituency. But Mr. Speaker, these are deep and long-standing ties between our two countries, and the Minister herself is right to point out that even though she's visited Bangladesh recently, as my right honourable friend, the member opposite, has said, the degree of escalation in the violence is deeply, deeply concerning. And what we are witnessing now is just uncontrolled violence in many quarters. And we are now watching with horror and shock as further violence is spread in Bangladesh. And all our thoughts in this House are most definitely with the diaspora community here and those who are affected in Bangladesh. These are deeply disturbing reports. The Minister herself mentioned the deadly attacks and the violence that took place during what is an auspicious period, the Durga Puja festival in 2021. So given the current instability in Bangladesh and since the departure of the former Prime Minister in August, this is a moment of deep concern. Many governments are condemning.
Bob Blackman, a Conservative Member of Parliament for Harrow East in the United Kingdom, has condemned the attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh. Addressing the British Parliament on Thursday, Blackman showed his concern by the attempt of a high court in Bangladesh to ban ISKCON from the country. He said that Hindus in Bangladesh are now subject to death, with their spiritual leader being arrested and their houses being burnt.
Right now, Mr. Speaker, the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, who run Bhaktivedanta Manor in Elstree, the largest Hindu temple in this country, in Bangladesh, their spiritual leader is under arrest. Hindus across Bangladesh are being subject literally to death by their houses being burnt, their temples are being burnt, and there was an attempt today in the Bangladesh High Court to rule that ISKCON should be banned.
With regard to the treatment of minorities in Bangladesh, it has been a source of concern. There have been multiple incidents of attacks on them. We have drawn our concern to their attention. Recently, Foreign Secretary visited Dhaka. This subject came up during his meeting, and it is our expectation that in its own interest, Bangladesh would take measures so that its minorities are safe.
Meriting to try and resuscitate terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, resuscitate terrorism in the Punjab, and it got a tranche of about $7 billion from the IMF. The Pakistan ISI has laid the primary claim, and they have used a fair amount of it to try and destabilize Bangladesh. Bangladesh, which was a former colony of West Pakistan, and which had now started doing far better than Pakistan.